I realize as years go by, more and more as I am an anime fan, not my love for anime dwindling, but the type of anime that I watch changed kind of. Now, I still am a fan of shonen, some fast-paced action anime, and other stuff too. Sometimes I do like to see some, you know, ecchi booba stuff every once in a while, but I tend to find myself watching more like slice of life-ish, enjoyable anime. I'm still isekai trash to the fullest. There is one anime that came out this season that has piqued my interest. It was on my queue, but the reason why I didn't really want to watch it because I know there was it was labeled as ecchi, and I was like, I don't know if I'm in the mood to see some booba right now, but you know what? I'll give it a chance. So I started watching it, and I binge watched through the 7-ish, 8-ish episodes that came out. And I would say that Tales of the Wedding Rings is like the good kind of trash. Quick summary of the series. Sato, as a kid, sees a young girl get isekai'd over to his world, transported. He's confused, obviously, but gets transported with her grandpa over to his world. And later on, as they get older, she has to go back to that other world to fulfill her duty as a ring princess to marry someone who will become the ring king. Now, Sato doesn't know any of this, but he sees Hime, or Crystal, going through the portal, and he's like, you know what, it's now or never. This is the girl that I love, and I'm going to follow her through. So he finds himself teleported into this other world. Hime and him end up getting married. For him, he acquires the power from the ring princess to become the ring king to defeat the Abyss King, who is the bad guy. And now Sato's duty is to be able to marry the other ring princesses from the other kingdom. So he has all rings. With all rings, he'll easily defeat the Abyss King. Now, this is obviously harem, and harem is also one of those things where I am not as interested as people. I don't know why people think I want to see a harem anime or I want to always see some hentai stuff. I don't. I'm not out here always every day searching for some hentai. But I digress. When it comes to Sato, even though he is surrounded by all these beautiful women, his heart is only for Hime. And also he keeps running away from the fact that, he has the opportunity to, get some good stuff, but he always seems to walk away from it because I think he can't find himself to commit to it. He's too nervous, and he always tries to find a different excuse to not do anything. But mostly, especially when it comes to the person that he openly admits to that he loves more, Hime, and says, like, even though they're about to do it, he's like, it needs to be romantic. This is the wrong setting. I didn't set the right mood, etc., etc., etc. Essentially, Sato is the one kind of like stepping away from it when the girl obviously wants it. Hime wants to do something with him, but he just can't. But Hime is also kind of assuming Sato's thoughts as well. All the other princesses are willing to throw themselves at Sato, but they're respecting the fact that Sato cares about Hime more than all of them, and that eventually they'll get their turn. But mostly Sato's just like, no, my heart's only for Hime. Now, this anime, I feel like there's a lot of things that can be deepened in terms of the lore of the whole story. I mean, the whole story with the grandpa, who is the great sage Alabaster, and one of the elves. I thought that was like, mwah, I love that part, like that deeper thing. I kind of predicted it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there's a lot with, I feel like, with the great sage Alabaster and his past that need to be broken down. There's a lot of things that I feel like could be broken down, but the way the anime plays itself, it seems more comedic, or the characters play out a more comedic role, especially with Sato, more than anything. I think the voice actors in this anime do such a phenomenal job in breaking down a serious scene, and all of a sudden their voice cracks, like Alabaster's like, what? Or Sato is just so confused, his reactions. I think this anime is very reactionary based with the voice acting. The voice acting is pretty peak in this anime because it's hilarious how they react to certain situations. Because of its reactionary stuff, I feel like there are moments where I feel like it could be taken seriously, but it's more so funny because of the situation that was brought up to itself. I think though Sato is quite a likable character, you could kind of see a piece of yourself in him. Tries to portray this douchey act, but at the same time, he's just a really nice guy. I will say I'm glad, outside of Sato not, getting it in, like, this anime doesn't blue ball us with like emotional aspects. Like, I love the fact that they admitted that Sato and Hime actually like each other. But outside of that, this anime is, I say it's good trash. There's obviously way better isekai that you can watch this season. There's way better romance anime that you can watch this season. Like, I just started watching Sign of Affection. And I don't know if this is technically a harem, but I started watching Gals in Hokkaido Are Cute or something like that. I think that one's fine. I enjoy it. I think all the characters there are likable. And I think all the characters in this are likable as well. In Tales of Wedding Rings, all the characters are likable. It's just a mere fact. I don't know what it is, but I feel like something is missing. But it's enjoyable. That's how I feel about this anime. Super random. And, you know, like, there is a lot of nudity in this anime. There's a lot of nudity. Boobas all shown. No censorship except in the... But when it comes to the boobas, it's all out there. All the princesses are showing their boobas. But I will say I appreciate the fact that the anime doesn't highlight that as the main reason to watch the show. It's to see Sato's growth as a character. And also Sato, him trying to work so hard to protect the world that he's in right now, even though it's not his own world. But yeah, that is Tales of Wedding Rings. That's my honest thoughts of Tales of Wedding Rings. I think it's good trash. It's good trash.